Hi, I'm Jez, and here's my review summary for Star Wars Battlefront. Stay tuned.
Stormtrooper down!
Star Wars Battlefront is the latest shooter from DICE, famed for the Battlefield series. Battlefront launched back in December, described by EA as the ultimate Star Wars experience. So far, reviews from critics and fans have been somewhat mixed, but I personally think some of the reasons behind that disappointment represents a failure by EA to manage expectations. EA's 10-year lease of the Star Wars license, at least where visuals are concerned, is off to a tremendous start. Battlefront is a gorgeously authentic game, from the deeply detailed forests of Endor to the frozen wastes of Hoth. Fans are in for a treat. The Frostbite engine has really come into its own with Battlefront, delivering a stable experience on both the client and server side of the game. Battlefront has some of the fastest matchmaking I've ever seen, and I haven't once been disconnected, which is a welcome departure from the troubled launch of Battlefield 4. Sadly though, despite how large and grand the maps of Battlefront can be in the 20v20 game modes, there isn't very many of them. So far we only have Hoth, Endor, Sullust and Tatooine, and while there are minor alterations in these environments per game mode, it can begin to feel a little repetitive very early on. Indeed, one of the biggest criticisms of Battlefront pertains to its base content, and I can certainly see why. After only 20 hours, I've unlocked all the meaningful weapons and equipment the game has to offer. In Battlefield 4, a game which I have 120 hours in, I'm nowhere near unlocking every piece of equipment. Battlefront also has a heavily priced season pass, which so far hasn't delivered any content, and EA are mysteriously secretive about exactly what it will contain. Despite exhausting Battlefront's content in 20 hours, those 20 hours have been nothing short of a blast. There's something unquestionably awesome about navigating canyons in a screeching TIE fighter, firing lock-on torpedoes into a complacent rebel's rear thrusters. Some of Battlefront's power-up tokens allow you to play as Star Wars heroes, enabling you to kill scores of people with relative ease, and therein lies Battlefront's greatest strength. The Star Wars audience is incredibly diverse, and I think EA and DICE knew they had to cater to that in some degree. Whether you're a seasoned shooter pro or an 8-year-old on a sugar high, Battlefront will reward even the most casual gamer with powerful experiences. Battlefront is designed for accessibility. It's not Battlefield's tactical 40-minute long slugfests prone on a hillside with a scoped rifle. Battlefront is all about explosive spectacle wrapped in a high-quality Star Wars fantasy. A question of value does hang over Battlefront like a looming Star Destroyer, and its single-player content is shockingly shallow. The Star Wars universe is ripe for single-player content, and I think EA and DICE have done themselves a disservice by not creating something more grand, something that'll stand the test of time. However, if you are looking for a casual multiplayer shooter you can pick up and play in short bursts, Battlefront is definitely among the best on the market. There isn't a slither of frustration to be found in Battlefront, as respawn timers are non-existent to account for all the insta-kill weapons that players can get their hands on. Being blown up by an AT-ST isn't nearly as annoying as you'd expect, as you know how fun it is when you're given the driving seat. Battlefront has been an incredible experience as someone with limited free time, but the more serious gamer in me wants something with a little bit more depth, a little bit more Battlefield. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribe, comment and all that good stuff. The full review's in the description. I've been Jez for Windows Central, I'm MSFTY on Twitter, and thanks a ton for watching guys.